Hi. My name is Daniel Chang, and I will be teaching the Mech and Vehicle class for spring of 2025 at Rio Hondo College. I was asked by Dave to sort of give a bit of an advertisement, uh, and I decided I just concoct something pretty quick and put it together so that y'all have an idea of like the overview of what we're going to be accomplishing within the class. The class is called Mech and Vehicle, and so I thought it would be really fun if we could actually integrate the vehicle with the mech as well. And so the idea here, if you look at this, I have the model here in a program called Twinmotion, which is owned by Epic Games. So if we have Unreal, we should have Twinmotion on our computers at school. But it's a free program, so that's cool. So let me just go over with you what we want to accomplish here, right? So the first thing what I'm going to have us do is, if you have a character of some sort, and it doesn't actually even have to be a human in this instance, but like I have a pilot here, but what if we had a character that was like, I don't know, an animal or whatever it is that wants to pilot a starship of some sort, right? Or it could be an alien or whatever you want, right? But if you've already got a character designed or modeled, that'd be great. If not, then what we'll do is, we'll use a generic character like this thing right here, and then we will proceed to design some sort of a cockpit for this character to sit in, right? And, this is just basic geometry. I have not detailed it out at all, but this is, what I'd like us to uh, do to help us design is create some basic geometry, and then we can do a paint over on the concepting of what this cockpit could look like afterwards, right? Um, some people are more adept at 3D modeling, and other people are more adept at drawing and painting. I'd like us to do a little bit of both and see if we can net some really great results. So after we design the cockpit, the next step would be to design a spaceship of some sort around that cockpit. So you could see my character there is still in there, and that cockpit is fitted inside the spaceship. Now, this spaceship has like a kind of a unique shape, and I'll give you some insight as to how I arrived at the shape. So one of the exercises, what we'll do when designing the spaceship is I'm going to have you draw a bunch of household items, like regular household items. Some people would like to draw, like, say, a hammer or an axe or whatever it might be. I wonder if you can guess what household item I was choosing for this spaceship right here. Yeah, I was using a stapler, right? And that explains why there's this huge gap right here. But I thought it was a neat shape, and maybe for the purposes of our spaceship, maybe this is where you load in a bunch of missiles, or maybe this is actually like a laser cannon of some sort, and that's where that laser comes out of. I don't know. But a lot of cool sci-fi spaceships kind of start off with a simple shape of some sort. And I thought like the exercise of using household items would be fun. Examples that I could think of in real life, or not real life, but in sci-fi, is that like the Millennium Falcon, I believe they were thinking about a hamburger for the Millennium Falcon, right? And then you turn that into a spaceship after a lot of work and putting cool greebles all over it. We haven't put any greebles here. I'm just at this point interested in creating a basic geometric shape, right? And what's great about this is once we have that, it'll be easier for us to do a paint over of the different views, front view, back view, that kind of stuff, you know. And by the way, this rendering program's amazing, right? It's all done in real time, and it's basically like a game engine. If the preferable thing I think is if we could actually bring our models into Unreal just to look around and maybe light it and add some cool fancy materials onto there. Um, and let's go to the last bit of the class. So after we design the cockpit that fits inside the spaceship, I'd like us to fit our spaceship inside our mech. And so this is a very crude example. We're gonna have to do a better job as to integrating it. But I just thought, wouldn't it be cool if we had a mech that, the spaceship could just slot right into. Things I like about this design is that, well, the thrusters on the back of the ship correlate with the mech's torso. And so this might actually be kind of a cool backpack type thing that propels the mech as well once the spaceship's locked in, right? Think Power Rangers, right? Um, that kind of thing. Maybe, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go through the trouble of, you know, integrating a torso, spaceship and limbs and, arms and legs and, all form the head or something like that. And I mean, that's up to you. That's probably be extra credit. But as you can see, I created a sort of a basic mech here, and the thing on the mech to really think about are how the joints will work on the mech, and also when the joints move on the mech, and you have to use your imagination here because we're not actually going to rig it up in the class, but once you have it designed like this, you have to think using your imagination, like, when this mech moves around, are the arms going to clip uh, badly with the body when you swing around, or the legs, are they going to clip with the body? And so that those are the things to think about. Like for example, these two feet are dangerously close to each other right now. So normally, I think the default stance for this mech would actually be a slightly wider stance. As you can see, I had to actually widen the joints on the hip to really get give it some distance there. Um, I still wanted to create this sort of superheroic V shape right here with the wide shoulders, in the V torso, right? It's a bit Iron Giant, it's a bit Power Rangers, but you know, and also I pretty much integrated a lot of the geometry I used on my spaceship to create the the different limbs, like these pistons are, I just took the geometry I did for those thrusters. These shins, the leg braces and the arm braces, I just took this wing bit and then I like stretched it out, and that's something we can do on a concept side of things where we're not really as concerned about the cleanliness of the geometry, just so that we can have something where we can start painting over. Right. The ideas are more important at the end of the day, meaning like, like how does this arm actually integrate into the torso, and how does this elbow bend, and is there a swivel on this arm here so that he can actually have a full range of arm movement, things like that, right? So I just thought that this would be fun to put together so you all have like a good idea as to what we'll be doing in the class. You know, um, the the Mac that we come up with at the end of the day, it doesn't even have to be humanoid. We could actually make it, something else, right? Maybe a crab or some kind of a animal type mech. That probably actually would have been a better solution now that I think about it, since this spaceship sticks out so much. Perhaps a crab mech or a spider mech would have integrated better with this thing. Um, but any case, that's all I wanted to talk about and show you all, what you have to look forward to in mech and vehicle design uh, in Rio Hondo College. All right. Thank you. Bye.